On today's episode of the Cryptoverse, multi-signature wallets are coming to Monero. BitPay announces they will add Bitcoin Cash support to their merchants' online cryptocurrency checkout system. The CME Bitcoin Futures have now officially started trading, and at long last, the new Cobinhood exchange has removed its beta label and opened its doors officially. All of that on today's episode of the Cryptoverse, so stay tuned for that. Hi there guys, welcome to the latest episode of the Cryptoverse, your regular dose of news and commentary on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies and blockchains. I'm your host, Chris Coney. So yesterday on the Monero GitHub, pull request number 2134, entitled Multisig, that's all it says, it was merged into the main branch by the one and only fluffypony. Now this has been merged into the Monero codebase. It can be integrated into the next core wallet release, I imagine, and then wallet developers can start to begin developing truly private multi-sig wallets with Monero. Actually, someone on Reddit was also campaigning to get Monero integrated into OpenBazaar as a result of this. OpenBazaar being that truly decentralized marketplace that at the moment only supports Bitcoin, but is having trouble because of the transaction fees and the backlog and so on. Now, because OpenBazaar it has an arbitration system, right? So because this multi-sig thing with Monero, it would allow you to do your private payments, number one, on OpenBazaar, but also with an escrow system, right? So in case you do an OpenBazaar transaction and you need a mediator, right, to come in for a disputed transaction, that's the kind of thing that will be possible now that Monero has a multi-sig setup. You know, I think the success of Monero is one of the most interesting phenomena in the cryptocurrency space because their marketing is pretty much to just develop the protocol, and then when something cool gets built, people like me choose to talk about it, right? So I suppose you could say they end up getting free advertising on merit. I suppose that's fair to say. I said recently I've been eagerly awaiting Monero support for the Ledger Nano S hardware wallet so I can start accumulating. Well, did you also know that the Monero community has already funded a Monero hardware wallet? You see this? So this is on the forum.getmonero.org, which is the official site. So this fundraiser was posted 3 months ago. And it got funded, what, 996 Monero. So that's pretty cool, and that's in production right now. And as well as still waiting for the Ledger Nano S to support Monero, I decided not to wait around, and in the meantime, I have accepted the risk of using a web wallet, which is linked from the main Monero website. It's mymonero.com. So far, it's working okay, but I cannot recommend anyone else uses this in case there's a security issue with it and you lose your money. So that's why I say I am accepting the risks of using this web wallet to store some Monero in. I could run a full node, but I don't want to. I've tried that. It uses a massive amount of computing resources, and it's just not fit for the way I'm running my office. So I'm like, right, I either don't get any Monero, or I use the web wallet while I wait for the Ledger Nano S. So that is my personal risk profile fits that behavior. Okay, so do with that what you will. Story number 2 is that BitPay are going to launch Bitcoin Cash support before rolling out other blockchain-based payments. So over we go to the official BitPay blog. I think I actually tweeted this out the other day as soon as I heard about it. In that tweet, I basically referred back to my recent comments that businesses will just not wait for Bitcoin to scale, right? This is because they want to bring the benefits of cryptocurrencies to their users now, right? And whichever technology offers to give them that, well, they'll just use it, right? They've got no loyalty in that way. Their loyalty is to their customers. And this is why I keep banging on about user experience. This is how it works in the free market, right? Users have all the power, the buyers, if you like. They are the ones that create the demand for solutions that solve their problems. And then the entrepreneur's job is to go and find those solutions, pick them up and transfer them to the users, right? That's how it works. That's the job of the entrepreneur. And the entrepreneurs just like solving problems, right? And that's why people like Richard Branson can go from selling music to selling cola to selling train tickets to selling airline tickets, space flights, all Virgin Interactive computer games, because he understands that it's about solving people's problems. And the Virgin brand just then promises, quality product throughout. Now, because entrepreneurs, they're competing with each other to provide the most effective solutions, right? Most effective solutions possible, because that then gains them more market share. So they're doing it out of self-interest. Well, they'll be constantly on the lookout and are constantly on the lookout for better solutions to their customers' problems in order to get an edge over the competition, right? And if they find a better one, it's in their interest to adopt it. So this announcement from BitPay from the other day is an example of this trend that I think is going to continue for those reasons that I've outlined. So specifically BitPay, they say in this blog post, it says, we started BitPay in 2011 because we knew that the Bitcoin blockchain could make payments faster, safer, and more efficient than ever before. Since then, we've been able to bring Bitcoin's benefits to millions of people. So this doesn't actually mean that Bitcoin is going to go away, right? It just means that Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash have different feature sets, and they will be suitable for different use cases, right? And then BitPay go on here to say, in the orange, just this year, BitPay has processed more than $1 billion in Bitcoin payments, with our payment volume growing by more than 300% year over year. So they need to be thinking further down the road, right? And all this $1 billion of transaction, this is stuff people are actually buying, right? Using it as a currency. And we know that because BitPay is a checkout system for merchants to allow them to accept Bitcoin as payment, right? And they've actually got a screenshot of how this looks, or will look in the future when Bitcoin Cash launches. So they quote the transaction fees there. And under this heading of what this means for BitPay merchants, there we go. We've got Nix widgets, mobile checkout, and then you'll have, just like any checkout, he said you want to pay by credit card or PayPal. In this case, we're going to have Bitcoin listed, and then underneath it, Bitcoin Cash, and you can select which one you want to pay with, right? And then in terms of when this is happening, it says here in the green, we will begin adding support for Bitcoin Cash payment this year. This is the Bitcoin Cash option this year, starting with BitPay card loads, and then all BitPay invoices will include a Bitcoin Cash payment option by default in early 2018. I don't like it when they say things like that. Early 2018? What does that mean? How early? Right? Does that mean the first quarter? At least that would give us a 3-month block. So expected by the 31st of March, which would be when we could deem it late. You know what I'm saying? But early 2018, what? The first week, the second week, the first month? Don't know. They could say as late as, 31st of March and still be within the bounds of early, right? First quarter. Anyway, that's that. Next story is the CME Bitcoin Futures finally launched on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, but with little fanfare. So let's hop over to the CME website in the Bitcoin Futures section. So here we have it. They have a bunch of contracts. The only one that's really being traded right now is the January 2018 contract. 657 contracts have been traded so far. And the thing's been open like 12 hours at time of recording. Now, if you tuned into my live stream last night, you'll have been there for the official launch when I was live streaming at 11:30 p.m. London time. But for everyone else, the CME Bitcoin Futures product has now begun to trade, as we just saw. Nothing really much happened when it opened, right? Many people in the live stream chat were suggesting that the optimism about the launch of the CME Futures had already been priced into Bitcoin in the run-up in the weeks prior. That's usually how it works. I think that's a fair statement. Now, in terms of the price of the futures contracts in the last 12 hours since it launched, the CME website actually has an integration with the TradingView charts. So you can see here, this is what's happened, and this is a 1-hour chart. Right now it's 19,550 versus the price on Bitfinex of 18,880. So there's still a good $600 difference between the futures contract and the exchange price. So real Bitcoins are trading more cheaply than on the futures markets, right? So that's that bit. The other thing you'll notice here is that, we opened way up here at 20,650. That's why you see this big red drop down here. and it went all the way down to 18,400-ish, and then has now rebounded up and is on a bit of a move up right now. I suppose the market will, people who trade real Bitcoins, if you like, that are not futures, they'll look at the futures market to get a signal about price discovery. That's a good thing. So I'll keep an eye on that as time goes on here. And then the final bonus story for today, the Cobinhood exchange launched at last. So let's hop over here. Here it is, the Cobinhood exchange. It's cobinhood.com. This is not a particularly interesting screen to show you, is it now? I'll go over to the Cobinhood token market. Nice black theme going on there. Now, I say this is the eagerly awaited launch, eagerly awaited by me, so I'll justify it on that basis. Now, the beta version has been available for a while, but didn't do any real trades, if you know what I'm saying. It was just play money. And then at midnight last night, during the live stream, all the test accounts were reset, and now you have to sign up with an official account. I attempted to do that last night right on the live stream, but it wouldn't let me. It continually failed to process my sign-up request. And that's probably just because there were so many people signing up at the actual launch, right? And I got wind of the launch on the Cobinhood Twitter. A number of people in the live stream said they were able to sign up just fine, but I wasn't able to sign up. I have now managed to register an account this morning, but like you saw there doesn't seem to be a lot going on so far. So I'll monitor this throughout the day. This market is the actual Cobinhood token versus Bitcoin, and they don't have a lot of pairs listed here right now, but maybe they're doing a soft launch. That's all I can think, because there really is not a lot going on there right about now. So there we jolly well go. I'll keep an eye on the Cobinhood exchange and see if that picks up throughout the day. But other than that, that's all for today, guys. Thanks very much for joining me. If you like this episode, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're new around here, get subscribed. And if you would like access to my very best material, such as my structured online courses that will teach you things like how to make and save money with Bitcoin, well, you can check out my website, which is cryptoverse.com. Click on courses and you can take any one of those courses that I've created for your educational delight. Made a little bit of a mistake there because I went and flicked over to the other screen and stopped the music, but you know, no one's perfect. Alright guys, that's all for today. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of the Cryptoverse. So until then, it's me, Chris Coney, saying bye for now.